Treasures of Qin Shi Huang and the Terracotta Army. Hello guys, welcome back to your favorite channel, Mr. Million. In today's video, we're going to take you down the lanes of history approximately 2,000 years ago. Let's unearth the mystery behind the treasures of Qin Shi Huang and the Terracotta Army, shall we? Before anything else, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more such exciting videos on your feed. Qin Shi Huang and his treasures. Do you see yourself being one of the enthusiasts who love spending their time trying to uncover the truth that lies buried deep within our world? And hidden treasures from all over the world spikes your interest to the fullest? Then this video is the right place to be. This story screams of hidden treasures and the archaic world, so quench your thirst for the same by looking at the entire video. Let's get some context here before trying to unravel, which is quite possibly one of the biggest archaeological excavations in the world. Qin Shi Huang was a Chinese emperor who reigned the lands more than 1,000 years ago. It has been roughly 2,000 years since his reign ended, so the question is, why does his story and presence still linger in the minds of archaeologists and other like-minded enthusiasts? The answer is a whopping $1 billion worth of treasure that he has left behind. Yes, you heard that right. He has left one of the biggest treasures out in his tomb. It is heard that the treasure is buried deep within the tomb, more than 144 feet underground, but he wouldn't leave it up for grabs of just anybody. The treasure is surrounded by rivers of poisonous mercury, or so it is rumored to be. Not only that, but the slumbering tomb is also guarded by the most feared Terracotta Army. One of China's most powerful made sure that he invests in a multi-billion-dollar army in protecting his treasures, and well, his corpse along with it. The discovery. Now flashback to the first ever time of this mammoth of a discovery. It was the year 1974 in the Lingtong district, the city of Xi'an, and believe it or not, it was the farmers who made such an incredible discovery. They found the remains of an entire garrison of Terracotta Army buried deep within the earth, who were supposed to protect the very powerful leader, Qin Shi Huang. It was then speculated that they have indeed found a hidden city underground. What did they find after they discovered the hidden city? In the army that the villagers found, every warrior in the army was positioned differently with a specific facial expression in each one of them. They were highly trained as they carried deadly weapons in their hands, which, even after 2,000 years, are still as sharp as they can be. It is figured that this army was once bright and colorful, which was worn down due to time. They were significantly tall as their height measured from 1.8 to 2 meters long. The hidden underground city is made up of 4 pits, and out of them, 3 were found to be filled with the Terracotta Army when unearthed. The first pit was measured out to be the largest, with an equivalent of 2 football fields. The first pit comprised of around 50 chariots and infantry made up of over 6,000 warriors. The second pit, even though it was smaller than the first by half, consisting of the most number of soldiers. There were more chariots and infantry as well as cavalry and crossbowmen. Last but not least, the third pit that was excavated was the smallest among them all. It held only 68 soldiers, 1 chariot, 34 weapons, and 4 horses. The army was facing the east, so professionals pulled out the history records, which suggested that the city of Qin was in the west, and the ruler wholeheartedly wanted to unify China by conquering the neighboring states. So how valuable is the discovery? The value of the things discovered is massive. Even just one Terracotta Army went up as high as worth $4.5 million US. So the entire army is calculated to be valued at a whopping $36 million. Fascinating, isn't it? But get this, if all the weaponry, chariots, and everything else is added to it, it goes on a ton of worth around $50 billion. It isn't surprising as the other construction projects that the leader took upon are worth highly as well, like the Great Wall of China, other complex road projects, etc. The history of Qin Shi Huang. As recorded as the first ruler ever, Qin Shi Huang is born in 260 BC, and his stories are what made up legends. He was very powerful and is buried 114 meters beneath the ground in a mausoleum, along with his treasure which the army is protecting. He wanted to make an agriculture-based militarized society, and hence his economic power was massive. The power and wealth of the dynasty of Qin possessed made it easier for them to unify the neighboring dynasties. Even though the tomb has never been opened, it supposedly contained the rarest of treasures and is also laid with booby traps like arrows that shoot at intruders. Inside the tomb are a dome-like shape, the roof of which has inscriptions of the stars and moon, and the ground beneath depicts the 5 mountains and 9 regions of China. The tomb was made by convicts and supposedly took 38 years to build. After it was done, it was hidden with grass and trees to camouflage it. Why isn't the entire formation excavated? Specialists fear that they do not have the needed technology that is required to unravel what is inside the tomb, and they do not want to risk damaging it. Not only that, but the entire excavation would burn a hole of tens of millions, thousands of dollars in the pockets of the government. With this, we've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell icon for regular updates.